Yo, 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 yo. Testing, testing. Yeah, the sound, the audio levels seem to be nice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is AJ. Once again, we are doing Automobilista 2, and this is the latest update at the time of this stream, and it's the Formula Edge. Before, it was only the Formula V12 car right here, and now we have the V12, the V10, and the V8 kind of types of engine cars. Excuse me. And this is like representing 94, 95 F1 from what I can see, and I was testing it a little bit before starting the stream, and it's fun. I was testing the V10 car, which seems to be the better choice. I think the most balanced between power and handling. The V12, of course, will have an advantage at the fast circuit, which will be, we will be racing at Silverstone, which is quite a fast circuit, so the V12s might have an advantage there. But I'm sticking to the V10 here. I like this car, I like the livery. And yeah, as usual, we're gonna do a 30-minute race plus one lap. It will have a mandatory pit stop with 4 tires required to be changed. And qualifying will be 15 minutes, and there will be 1 hour for practice, where I usually get acquainted with the car and track. And we are at Silverstone, yeah, with sunny weather, which is not very usual in Silverstone, but with us it's always sunny. We might do a wet race, why not? But we will start with the sunny weather here at Silverstone, and the opponent's skill will be 100 with high aggression, AI mistakes times 5, and it will be 29 opponents, so there will be 30 cars on track. Again, it will be busy during qualifying and during practice and during the race, of course. So let's see how we do. Let's see. As usual on my streams, we start with 100% AI difficulty, and then it's good enough for me as a challenge, but sometimes I become a little bit too quick in the qualifying session, but then in the race I fall behind in terms of pace. So yeah, I'm never sure which is the right setting. So we'll go with this for right now. Let's start the race. Let's start the event. If you guys watch my channel, for sure you notice I tend to prefer Formula cars, open-wheeler cars. But yeah, I'm a fan of motorsports in general. I've been doing a lot of iRacing recently, and with mixed results, but I have had a few podiums, not wins, but I had a few podiums, second and third place. I had a good third place it was a 30-minute race, Class D, and another one was Oval, Class C or something. I had a second place. So it was good, but many failed races with crashes, with mistakes I did. There was a race that I was leading and I spun on the last corner on the last lap, and yeah, I was really angry. Sometimes I got put off race by someone else. You know, it's iRacing, everybody's trying to win, and sometimes it gets messy. But for a little bit of comfort and to have a little bit more fun without the stress of having human players on the track, I like to come to Automobilista 2 or other simulations and do a little bit of offline racing against the AI. And here we are. It's taking its time to load. It's taking a little bit longer to load because I was working on my other monitor on OBS, and it stopped the other window because it's not. If I lose focus on the AMS window, it pauses. It's not running on the background. I don't know if I can change that setting, but yeah, I just have to not click on OBS while the game is running, at least when something interesting is happening, otherwise it will pause it. But I digress. Here we are at Silverstone. As you guys can see, the names are not the names of the real drivers and teams, but you can recognize them, like Mikko Häkkinen. This is supposed to be Mika Häkkinen, Jean Alesi, Mark Trundle. I think this is Martin Brandl or something. Pedrinho Talami. This is Pedro Lamy, the Portuguese. Ronaldo, Gerhard Berger. So we have a real one here, Rubens Barrichello. He was also racing in the early 90s, so Barrichello seems to be cool with AMS2. So we have a real driver here. Pedrinho Diaz, probably a real name too, I'm not sure. But yeah, 30 drivers. Here we are. 2 Portuguese drivers, me and Pedro Talami. Pedrinho Talami, where is he? And Pedrinho Talami, the only Portuguese drivers on the field. And let's do some practice laps with our V10 car. See how it handles here at Silverstone. And this is the latest update to AMS2. And of course, every time there's an update, my controls get like reset and my old settings don't work for some reason. And now the force feedback on my G29 is at the maximum, I think. It's a little bit uncomfortable to race, so I think I will reduce that. Where is it? Force feedback, yeah. 100 is too much. I don't want to be simulating a super stiff steering or anything like that. I want to have a little bit of comfort. I don't want to work that hard. Even though the G29 is not that strong, but after a while, yeah, it gets boring and hard to my puny little arms of a mechanic. And let's put it, say, 70 and see what happens. Yeah. So let's just go. I hope the sound of the engines is not too high or too low. Okay, we'll leave it like that. I'm watching in OBS. Maybe it's a little bit too low. Later maybe I can put it up or something. But it seems fine because these engines scream so loud. So let's go do some practice laps. Okay, force feedback seems to be nice. Let's go for some practice laps. Warm up the tires first. We are running the base setup. Later we can make some changes. There's a faster car going by. Looks like the Benetton. This would be maybe Michael Schumacher if it was the real car. Maybe I will get deliveries later and do some races with classic drivers and teams, names and liveries. I like that, it's fun. And it's pretty easy in AMS too. You just have to copy some folders and that's it. Now let's focus and try to post some times here to compare with the AI. Feeling a little bit of a lack of grip. I don't know if I'm on the R tires or something. I did not check, I forgot. We have a little bit of traffic, but we cleared it. We cleared that car without any problems. A little bit too wide. And again, traffic. I think we have a good time. We are P1 right now. There's no traction control on these cars, so we have to feather the throttle a little bit. There's a lot of cars up ahead, but we are going into the pits and practice an entrance into the pits so I don't get surprised during the race. So here we go to the pits right now. A lot of other cars seem to be going too. We almost messed up the pit entry there, but we survived. So we have to brake to 60 kilometers, pit in. Yeah, I gotta practice for the race because it's a mandatory pit stop in the race. And yeah. So the tires are bugging out a little bit. Let me get out and go to the pits and to the monitor view. So yeah, we are P1 in this practice session with 42.7 and Fenstermacher, which is supposed to be like Michael Schumacher if this was real names, has a 142.9. So which means that the AI, it's pretty close to me, at least that car. So I don't know how will they do during the race, but I think I'm not gonna be that fast during the race. They're gonna be trying to pass me even if I start from pole. So we're gonna keep it like this at 100. And of course, if for some reason I get an unfair advantage and start getting away in first too much, maybe we can bump up the AI difficulty for the next race. But for now, we race with 100. We are comfortable with the car. We made a good time during the practice session. I'm gonna skip the practice session and go straight to the qualifying. Maybe we can do some changes on the car setup, but it seems to be good against this type of AI. So during the rest of simulated session, nobody improved the time. We are still P1, so we are probably gonna get pole on the qualifying, but we never know. Sometimes these things are random a little bit. So let's see what happens here, live and direct. So here we are, qualifying session, 15 minutes already counting. Let's set up the car a little bit. So we're gonna run the soft slicks for the qualifying session. Fuel for 8 laps. I don't know if we need that much, but yeah, let's keep it like this. The fuel, the downforce, maybe we can add it a little bit. Downforce at the front of the car. I hope it doesn't get too twitchy. Roll bar, I don't know if I need to mess with this or not. So let's keep it like this. And yeah, let's do a qualifying lap before the time runs out. And let's try to get pole, of course. Fuck. Oh, sorry. Sorry, pardon my French. But I forgot to activate the pit limiter. And I immediately got a grid penalty. So we're gonna pretend that didn't happen and restart the session. My mistake, but I cannot be restarting every time I make a mistake. Only if it's something like this at the very beginning. Or if the race has a huge crash at the start, we can restart it just to keep things interesting. So here we are right now. Let's see. Yeah, we keep the same setup. Let's drive now. Activate the pit limiter this time. And let's focus. Yeah, as I said, after the update, all my controls got like erased or something. I had to map all the buttons on the wheel, calibrate it, and it was not detecting the wheel. Yeah, it happens every time with AMS for some reason. With iRacing too. I have to remap everything on the wheel, and there's no way to... I don't think that I know of a way to save my controls in a way that I can recover them once an update is done. But I digress. Maybe it's just me, but sometimes the remapping of the buttons That's a little bit messed up, but I think I have all the keys, all the buttons on my wheel remapped to my preference right now. So let's do this qualifying session and try. There's gonna be a lot of traffic on track really soon, so we have to try to make a clean lap or two. So let's go. We are still on the out lap, of course, but I got to put some heat into these tires. They're not completely cold, but we need to put a little bit more heat to put them at their optimal temperature and start our fast lap, hopefully. I already feel more grip at the front end with just one click in the front wing, so that's a good thing. I think we are gonna be quick against the AI. I'm pretty optimistic, but let's see what happens. They're starting to get some good grip as we are about to start our first time lap in this qualifying session. Let's go. A little wide. Let's go, let's keep pushing. Maybe we can do 2 or 3 laps with these soft slicks. I'm not really sure, we'll see. Maybe more. We are being cautious in the first lap, of course, not trying so much to push it to the limit. And we progressively try to go faster. Trying to find the apex, very important, of course. Let's go for 2 qualifying laps in a row. We are P2 for the moment. Not that bad. Let's see if we can go for the pole. Things are looking good right now. We are improving our time. Trying to find grip at the exit of that corner. We have a good time. We keep it up. We might get pole. Things are looking good so far. I think we're going for the pole, most definitely. And there we go, we have pole by almost 4/10 of a second, at least for the moment. Let's return to the pits. And it seems like we might hold on to the pole, but we will see if anyone improves on their times. The cars, I mean. Well, in AMS2, normally at 100% AI, usually I'm competitive and I get pole during the qualifying, but then during the race, I'm not that fast, so I might be struggling to stay in front in the race. So let's see what happens. We are looking at Charlie, the P2 car, with 143.3, only a few tenths behind. 6 tenths behind, I think, if my math is not wrong. But sometimes the AI improves their times, other times don't. For example, many cars haven't done a qualifying lap so far. Some cars are really slow. So there's differences between the cars, and I like that. It makes things random. Somewhat realistic, at least to me, and fun, of course. Let's look at Pedro Lamy. Yeah, he was racing with Minardi, I think, at the time in the 90s. I remember this type of livery. It's an approximation of the real livery. And Pedro Lamy, I think his best result was a 6th place at Adelaide at the end of the 94 season, I think, if I'm not sure, or 95, I'm not sure. And I think it was the first Portuguese driver to ever score a point in F1. But later, yeah, there was a podium by a Portuguese driver. Tiago Monteiro, yeah, sorry for the pause there, I was trying to remember the name. Tiago Monteiro did a podium as a Portuguese driver in the USA Grand Prix in 2000 something, I don't remember. There was a problem with the tires and many teams were out of the race, and Tiago Monteiro was on the race. Only a few cars started and he finished 3rd. The best result so far of a Portuguese driver in F1. A little bit of Portuguese drivers history in F1, if that's relevant to anyone. And anyways, we are still in pole position for this 30-minute race as we watch. And we have a new 2nd place. Is Rampanelli with 143.20. Oh yeah, so I'm the only driver on the 42s right now. And I was saying that that guy was 6 tenths behind me. No, he was more behind. So now only basically 1/10 of a second behind Rampanelli. Then we have Coulter with what looks like the Williams of the time, David Coulter. Yeah, so far Rampanelli with the V12, which would be the Ferrari. Trying to get close. Let's see if we stick with the pole or not. Only 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go in this qualifying session. I'm not going to track anymore. I might keep the slick tires for the race, since it's a 30-minute race with a pit stop. So we'll go with slicks, with soft slicks, I mean. So we have maximum grip for the race. And Of course, we have to manage the tires, but I think they last for 15 minutes. Then we go for the pits, make a change, and try to win the race. Let's hope we are competitive enough to win the race, or at least have a good result. Because the AI can be pretty aggressive sometimes. And my starts are not the best. I have the automatic clutch set up, but normally I use I have the clutch pedal on my G29. Normally I use that for the starts, but I have to set it up in the controls. And now that I'm in the race, I think I cannot do that change. Let's see. I'm not sure, but I can try. Oh yeah, this is not detecting my clutch for some reason. Because I had it set up as G27, because if I had it set up here, model at G29, it was not detecting my wheel even when I restart the game and plug the wheel in and out. So the G27 worked, but I cannot have the clutch detected. I will make a sketchy start for sure, because I don't think there's a clutch button or something. So we'll do it on. I'm sure there's a function to help with the launch of the car, but I'm not gonna delve into that right now. So almost at the end of qualifying. Here's Rubens Barrichello. This is a real name for those of you that don't know. The only real name here, I think, maybe another one. And of course me. It's my real name there, Alfredo Meirelles. And Rubens Barrichello, the Brazilian driver, in 10th position for the moment with 145.6. We are still the only car in the 142s, 142.9 and 142.020. So Rompanelli very close, but not close enough. As we watch Rubens Barrichello trying his luck at this qualifying session. Barrichello was racing for Jordan, I think. I think this is the Jordan at the time. And qualifying is over. We get the pole position for the 30-minute race, and let's see we don't mess it up too much. So I will try to keep the car in neutral during the start and then chuck first gear at high RPMs and see what happens. Maybe we spin out. We'll do something. So let's set the car up for the race. Now the audio is a bit sketchy for some reason. Fuel, 10 laps. I don't know, let's see the pit strategy. 4 tires and damage. I have fuel for 10 laps. should be more than enough. Soft slicks, we keep the soft slicks. Yeah, let's keep this strategy. And 55 liters for start, and so we have fuel for sure. Downforce seems to be good. Let's see if we survive this race, or if we can win it. Let's go. Oh no, it's a rolling start. Okay, that makes up. I forgot to set it up for a standing start, as a normal Formula 1 race would be, but we're gonna do a rolling start. So that at least I don't have problems with the clutch. And we have a horrible start. Not that horrible, we are P3. Braking a little bit too late there. Oh, let's keep it together here. The tires are not that warm yet, but they are good. So we can push a little bit. Don't let them get away. Let's go. A little bit slow on the entry to that corner, but I was being cautious. We are losing to the cars in front. They are side by side. I think we can get closer maybe, but I have cars behind. Braking early this time. We get closer to the first two. Let's go. Very difficult to put the power down exiting that chicane. The wheels want to spin. We are getting closer to Coulter and Rampanelli. Through maggots and buckets. Wonderful, complex, very quick. We have the slipstream now. This is the DRS of the era. We go down to first gear. We don't need first gear there. I was a little bit hesitant there. I thought they were gonna brake sooner. So I was like, wow, are they gonna break? Because sometimes the AI does that stuff. They break randomly. Not every time, but it happens. Here and there. They might break a little bit earlier than usual. We have a good exit out of Maggots and Beckett. I was not quite able to make any move there. It's a dangerous place to make an overtake. We almost get spun out of track with a little bit of contact with D. Coulter there. We are able to survive, but we have to find a way to get past him. He was pretty aggressive there. We'll have to find a way to pass him. We have no damage, I think. Yeah, there's no damage. Only a small rub. See, they slow down mid-corner here. I have to be careful not to rear-end them. The car behind is 1 second, so we have a little bit of a cushion. Tires are still holding up, a little bit of a lock up there. I hope I didn't flat spot that tire too much. Over revving a little bit. I was scared to go inside, I was scared to lock up, so I decided to play it cool there. We have more chances to overtake, or maybe the pit stops will help us if we do a good pit stop. The soft tires are holding up pretty good, so let's see what we can do against these two cars in front of us. We have pace, but they are pretty quick too, so it's gonna be a hard pass if it ever happens. Here it's difficult to go on the inside because they will close the door. I'm not quick enough to go on the inside here. And here also it's a dangerous place. Very easy to lock the wheels and then ruin the race, basically. We have a look at the inside and we are side to side with Coulter there. We have the outside line now and he's still there. He's not giving up his position for sure, at least not easily. Wow. I thought I had him, but nope. Try again, he said. Not this time, and he's now challenging for first position. Pretty aggressive. David Coulthard. But we are gonna get him. We have a good run on him, but now it's not a good time to pass. Maybe we can get him at the end of the straight. And he says no. Pretty intense battle, guys. Here is an awful place to make a pass. That's not gonna work. Oh my god. We barely kept it on track. Pretty intense battle for P2 and P1. I already flat spotted my tires. I can feel it in the steering. But we'll have a pit stop soon. Let's hope we keep it together till the pit stop. I've been doing a lockup here and there, so the tires are beginning to be in bad shape. Maybe we cannot push as hard anymore. We are still in the fight. They are very slow through in the middle of this corner. I guess his tires are going away too. Let's try to stay on the inside here. Very dangerous place, but he keeps it, and we almost go off track. Very difficult to pass David Coulthard, huh? And our front tires are starting to get worn out. I'm not gonna try to make a pass here again, as David Coulthard locks up one of the wheels also, like I did on the lap before. So he's pushing hard too. I'm usually quicker here. Oh my god. It's a really intense battle with this guy, man. Oh my jeez. We'll have the pit stop soon, so that will mix things up. But for now, we have a real battle on our hands. He's not giving up his position for nothing. Look, he's gonna be slow here. Let's try to get him on the inside, but no. He's on the power earlier than us. What a battle, guys, with the AI. I'm giving it all. Tires are starting to give up. We have been pushing these tires for a little bit too long now. But so are my opponent's tires gone too. It's the same for everyone. We'll do a couple more laps and then we'll do a pit stop. Let's try the inside. We don't brake late enough, stay ahead of him. but we do what we can. As I said, no traction control or ABS on these cars, nothing like that, so seems to be better putting the power down than us. Look, very easy to spin the rear wheels and to spin the car consequently. So we are 15 minutes ago, so we can do a pit stop soon. Maybe we'll do one more lap and pit, and then we have fresh tires for the rest of the race. Let's do maybe one more lap after this one. And those two up front have been side by side the entire race, fighting for position, and we get involved in the fight sometimes, but now we are just watching from the back. One more lap and maybe we'll pit. Locking up, trying to go on the inside, but it doesn't work. Try to put the power down as early as you can, and it seems to work. Had a pretty good exit out of that corner. Now let's try to get him on the inside. Oh, we get him. We are P2 now. We're finally able to overtake David Coulthard, or David Coulter, as it says there. And we are gonna, it's getting closer. He's on the slipstream now, but we have also the slipstream from Rampanelli. As he's getting slower, I'm sure his tires are cooked too. So 13 minutes to go, we're gonna pit and see how things get mixed up after the pit stops. Let's go, let's try to make a clean pit stop. I was really scared to go over the limit. I think we're good. Let's go, 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 pit stop. I think it was a decent pit stop. The other pit crews are getting ready too. We are of course falling positions because some drivers did not pit yet, but we'll get them for sure if we keep a good pace. Let's go. Second part of the race. We can still win this. Oh, somebody locked up here. We have now fresh tires for the rest of the race. A little bit over 11 minutes, so we should be fine. We should have good tires for the entirety of the race. We are currently P14. Let's see how many positions we recover when the guys start pitting. Because everybody has to pit, it's mandatory. And everybody has to change 4 tires minimum. So let's push. And Coulter is in the pits. We have to avoid locking tires like that, otherwise we'll destroy the tires, but these cars are really slow. These are the slower cars of the field. We have to try to be effective on these overtakings and don't destroy the tires. This guy is blocking a little bit. In fact, he's blocking way too much. We are now already P9. Let's see how much it slows down on this sequence of quick corners. Yeah, it slows down a lot. Oh my god, it's slowing down so much. OMG. I think we can pass him right here. Our V10 is a little bit stronger than his V8. But he was blocking big time. Just like in real life, I remember. Slower F1 cars, always blocking the faster guys. Sometimes that happens. Oh, and there's a lot of smoke. Somebody found there, something happened. We are now P7 with 8 minutes to go. I don't know who pitted or not, but we might have lost our chances at the podium here. Maybe our pit stop was too slow. We'll see. Meanwhile, so far the car feels very good with these soft tires. And we have a good pace, so let's take advantage of that as much as we can. The leader is now pitting. D. Phil, Dr. Phil maybe. Okay, the front guys are pitting. I think we can get ahead. Okay, some people is going to the pits. We're gonna get a few more positions. We are P5 now. Think we can get a good result still. There were some good battles before the pit stop happened. We'll watch the replay after the race, a little bit of those battles. We are now P4. Let's see if we can still get to the podium. Four minutes to go. We are pushing as hard as we can. Trying to defend from the car behind. Dangerous place to pass, but it worked. And we were passing a slower car, being lapped. We are still P4. As we get in a little bit of a traffic situation here, losing P4 and P5. We lose 2 positions because of that slow car. Let's see if we can get them back. Yeah, that car was too slow on the straight. Now they are side by side. It's not gonna be good. Let's try to take advantage. It's not a good place to be side by side for sure. But we cannot back down. We are able to make the pass with a lot of effort. He was not giving up his position very easily, but we stick to our move, and very difficult pass, very challenging and super fun. We are almost taking back P4, but it's very hard to give away his position. This time is Dr. Phil, which should be Damon Hill in real life. Dear Phil, not giving up his position. And Herbert behind me, which should be Johnny Herbert. Johnny Herbert making pressure. Let's try to catch Damon Hill. Next lap will be last lap, I think. As Johnny Herbert is trying to take over to get his position back. And Phil in front seems to be getting away from us. They're sitting P5 right now. Not bad. I was expecting a podium, but yeah. Braking a little late. And we get closer to Phil or Dr. Damon Hill. Dr. Phil. There's traffic up ahead. I believe this car is being lapped. I think there will be one more lap after this one. I'm not really sure right now. But we were running good in P3 at the beginning, but for sure our pit strategy didn't work out. And my execution of the pit probably was slower than everybody else. Because our pace was good. I guess we lost too much time on the pit stop. Maybe with the fuel. Maybe we put too much fuel. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I did not make any calculations for the fuel. But yeah, maybe I should have. I think now it will be last lap. No, I was already on the last lap. So we made it to P5. I guess we screwed up the pit stop. That's what makes it random and a little bit more fun for me at least. We had pace, we had a damn good fight on those laps in the first part of the race. So I'm gonna watch a little bit of the replay and see this fight I was involved from the outside and also get a little bit of a rest. Because this was 30 minutes of intense pace and racing, and I'm gonna get a few minutes rest as we watch the replay and we'll see what race we do next. The replay bugging out a little bit, but now it's okay. Let's remove the positions, the controls. So this is the start of the race. We lost our first position. It was not a standing start, but it ended up being fine with a moving start, with a rolling start. But we fell down to P3, right behind us, P4 making pressure. But we ended up having a nice battle, and it was really fun, on the limit all the time. So this is the first time I drive with this new update of AMS, and so far I like it because it gives this element of having the V12s and V10s and V8s that are good for some tracks, less good in other tracks. Here the V10 seems to be, of course, the better choice all around, but at the time the V8s were the cheaper engines, and the lower teams all had V8s, and Ferrari had the V12s. I don't know if anyone else had them, but then there was the V10s. And yeah, it's fun to have that era represented a little bit here in AMS too. And as I said before, if I download the real liveries and drivers' names, so I can simulate some events from the 90s, early 90s Formula One, and that's also fun. Maybe I can do a video. I did it before and it was fun. So maybe one of these days I do a video simulating a historic Grand Prix with these cars. So this was the beginning of the race. At first, the first two cars got away, but they were fighting for position. They were constantly fighting, and I fell back a little bit, but now I was getting closer to them again. Getting closer to David Coulthard there. And the guy in front seems to be Gerhard Berger on the Ferrari, if this were real life. So it would be Berger, David Coulthard and me. I was trying to make pressure through Coulthard at this point, but he was just not letting me go. And he was fighting for P1 at the same time, so it was kind of a three-way battle. And there was another three cars bunched up behind us. So the field was already divided in small battles. On that first fast right-hander, I was much quicker than, at least than Coulthard, but he was just not letting me go by. I ended up passing him, but only after many tries. And I think he made a small mistake, which allowed me to pass, but we will see that in a minute. As I take my rest between races. Just rehydrating myself. I don't know how much of my rehydration the mic was capturing, but I saw the line going up there in the mixer. Sorry if I made some weird sounds drinking my juice, my soda thing I have here. And yeah, here, this was the fight for the podium. I was giving it all, but it was very hard. And as I said, I screwed up the pit stop because I would have to make calculations for the fuel so that the guy spends less time putting fuel on the car, and also make a cleaner stop in terms of slowing down to the pit stop. How here I almost lost it. It was super aggressive, but yeah, I held on to it. So I was on the inside, and Coulthard closed the door a little bit, and I lost the rear. But I drifted the car, just let it slide at very high speed, and luckily I did not spin the car, and I was in the battle still. Pretty intense moment there. And this was the part of the circuit where Coulthard was slower in the middle of that corner, but later he would put the power down earlier. So we were kind of having a rubber band effect, getting closer to some points, getting further in other points of the circuit. But ultimately we ended up making the pass. This is hangar straight, very long straight. I was getting on the slipstream, but not quite close enough to make a move on the inside here. Excuse me. These cars sound really well, by the way. So 3 cars battling for the podium, and behind us 3 cars also battling, and the rest of the field was way behind at this point. We started lapping some cars by the end of the race, so the difference between performance, it's just like it was in real life, I guess, in Formula 1 back in the 90s. But we were pushing really hard to stay with those 2 in front. I was quicker here in cops. Here I make a dive on the inside, and look at this. He stays on my side the whole way through, gets the inside line on the next corner, and puts the power down, defends his position. David Coulter very aggressively, but in a clean way. And yeah, it was very, very fun to have this battle with the AI. And again, coming into hangar straight. We are very close to each other. I make a move on the inside and it doesn't stick. David Coulter aggressively defending his position. Here I go again on the inside on the chicane. I'm forced to climb the sausage curb there to avoid contact. And we are back at it again. And here we go on the inside again. We take a peek, but he was having none of that. Again, the inside. Here I thought I had him going into cops, but he was having none of that. David Coulter, very hard to pass. but I was determined to get him. And this was going on for lap after lap. Here at Cops I was quicker than Coulter. I tried to go on the inside, but nope, it doesn't let me. The first part of the race was absolutely intense. And after the pits, yeah, I messed up, apparently. So guys, my break is over and we were watching the replay. We're not gonna watch a full replay. So we ended up P5. We lost time apparently during the pit stop and we lost our track position because of that. But now we're gonna do another race at a different circuit, maybe with the same car. So let's see. Grade 1 circuits, let's see what we have. One of them is gonna be Hockenheim. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about this circuit. Imola always one of my favorites. Indianapolis road course. Interlagos. I still like this one very much. Maybe we will do a race. We'll do a race at Interlagos or at Jerez. Yes, very famous circuit also. And with Suzuka, I also like this track, but the external cameras in AMS2, they were messed up, at least in the latest, the last update. So I'm not gonna try it to see if it's fixed or not. I really don't care at this point. It's Montreal. It's been a while since I raced at Montreal, so we will do that. I don't remember having good results here, but we can give it a try. Why not? The only thing will change is the start time will be extending, as it should be in Formula 1. No formation lap, pit stop refueling. Maybe we'll eliminate the refueling from the pit stops, so everybody has to have enough fuel to finish the race at the start. But we will keep the mandatory pit stop with mandatory minimum tire change of all the tires, 4 tires. Let's go to Montreal and see what happens. We'll keep a good weather there also, or for the race we can mix things up a little bit with some light rain, and then yeah, let's make some progressive. Let's start with an overcast and some light rain, and then it will be progressive to rain, so it's gonna be a wet race. Let's mix it up. It's gonna be hard. I hope I can switch to the rain tires on the pit stop. Maybe I will put automatic by weather. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But for now, it will be dry during the practice and qualifying. That we predict for the race is not going to be so good. We will start with slicks probably. Then, as the race progresses, we will need to have wet tires. And let's see if that makes things fun. So let's go to Montreal, start the race. So let's go do some laps in the practice session, see how we do. I'm such an idiot. I'm in Montreal and I exit to the right. What a mistake, man. I think I'm gonna get fined by the FIA for Idiot of the Year. I don't know what I was. I was not thinking where I was. Because I know Montreal. I know pretty well that the exit is to the left. But I digress. I thought I was still at Silverstone. But let's start good now. And also I forgot to put the pit speed limiter again. Because I have it set in automatic. In iRacing. And most races I do, I don't go to the pits anyway. So here, I have not. I have it set to manual and I forget it sometimes. Let's not forget that. Okay, pit limiter engaged. Let's go to the left this time. We're at Montreal. Don't forget. We went from the UK to Canada in a couple of seconds, so I'm a little bit confused. Well, let's go. Let's put this car to its paces. We already have a flat spot on our tires. I'm the flat spot king. Oh, sorry for that. I messed up that chicane entry, going in too hot. Let's watch the replay of my mistake there. Yeah, I was doing pretty well. I came in a little bit too hot. I went on the brakes too late. I was trying to see the markers and I missed the braking point. Yeah, locking. I think I will put less brake pressure. My brakes are a little bit too sensitive. On the final braking where there's no aerodynamic grip anymore, the wheels tend to lock up, so I've tried to fix that. Yeah, here I was coming too hot. I had to abort the chicane. So we have no time. I think we did no time. Yeah. We did a 129 too, but we need to try again. Let's go to the pits. Try again with fresh tires. See how fast we can be around Montreal. It's sketchy there. We already killed our lap anyway, so let's abort this lap. We made a decent lap for P5. Car was feeling like really good. Only my skills are the limitation here because the car drives really well. I'm surprised actually. It's really fun to drive. So we're gonna start now the qualifying session. 15 minutes. We're gonna do our best and then go for the race. Let's go, guys. Thanks for watching the stream, or record the stream later. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let's go. Start our qualifying run. I think we're gonna do only one stint. We get P1 for now. It was a good lap. Let's try to do a better one. Almost lost it there. We are still quicker. We're gonna have some traffic now. We are still half a second quicker. Really fell down to P3, but maybe we can get the pole back. Let's see. I think we will get the pole back, maybe not. We are still P3. Let's see if we can do one more lap with these tires. Sliding the rear a little bit there. Giving it all I got. We will not challenge the pole, but we will improve our time a little bit. Half a second. Let's try one more lap. The tires are holding on. And I think we destroyed our lap there, but it was a good try. Let's get to the PC. Let's watch the replay a little bit. I was really giving it my best, and it was not a bad lap, comparing to the AI, of course. But as I mentioned before, this car feels really good to drive and it's fun. So if you guys have AMS2 or are thinking about getting it, and if you guys like classic Formula 1 cars, this one is pretty good. I mean, most of the cars in AMS2 are fun to drive. I have to be honest when I say that, at least for me personally. I like the way the graphics look, and the cars drive and feel pretty well. But for multiplayer racing, I like to go to iRacing because of the reputation it has, and it's where many players are, and because of the system that's used by iRacing, the rating system and the championships they have, etc. But I still like AMS2, I still do Race Room, I still do Assetto Corsa, and of course iRacing, so I'm not just a one simulation guy. I'm not particularly good at any of them, but I have my moments here and there, as I mentioned in other videos and streams. So It's all about having fun, but sometimes, of course, we don't want to lose a race. If we can go for the win, we will go, we will fight, we will do our best. I'm not racing to lose, that's what I'm trying to say. Many times I struggle to keep up with other cars, but other races I'm pretty competitive and I can have good results. And this was the end of the replay. Let's go to the pits, monitor view, so we can see what's happening. So, we are P3. I can still try to make a lap to improve on this time and try to snatch the pole, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a timeout now. See what the AI drivers do. And Haninen going for a second stint, maybe to improve on his pole time. Actually, he's my teammate. Haninen, he would be Hakkinen in real life. And Coulter with the second place, coming into the pits. We are P3. And Barrichello P4 right now, trying to deal with some traffic there. And not too much time left in qualifying, 7 minutes 12 seconds, so maybe we can try to squeeze in a little, one more quick lap. And Haninen, or Hakkinen, is the only driver on the 22. 1 minute 22.9. The rest is 23, 25, 26. And many drivers haven't made a qualifying time yet for some reason. I don't know if this is a bug, but from 12th position down, nobody has made a time yet. So let's try to do one more last effort to go for the pole. I totally missed the breaking point there. And we are still on our out lap. Let's try to put a good lap together. Already messed up the lap anyway. Let's let this guy go. Maybe we can try another one. But this one is already ruined. Let's let all these cars go by and we can start our qualifying lap after the chicane, after the wall of champions. Okay, one last lap. And that traffic ruined our lap. I was not that faster anyway. I was struggling to be faster than my quickest lap. So we're gonna return to pits, skip to the end, and we end up starting from P5, 123.6, and Markel Fenstermacher is the pole position guy. It would be Michael Schumacher in real life, Mika Hakkinen, David Coulthard, Mark Blundell, I think, or Martin Brundle. I think this would be Martin Brundle. And me, Rubens Barrichello, Marty Trundle. So two Trundles. It's the Trundle brothers racing today, both from the UK. Mika Samero, Gianolari, and so on. 30 cars for this half-hour race. This time with a standing start. Oh, I forgot to practice the standing start without the clutch, so we're gonna suck at the start. I don't care. We're gonna get him. Gonna run the softs. So this time pit stop fuel is not allowed. So we want to run like what? Fuel for 22 laps. I think that would be enough. Okay, let's do it. 75, 23 laps fuel. More than enough for sure, I hope. I'm not doing the math here. But it's roughly enough fuel to finish a half-hour race. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know if I should add more grip to the car or not. Yeah, let's give a click of downforce on the front. The pit strategy. Okay, we cannot refuel. The tires will be automatic by weather because it's gonna rain, I have a feeling. Yeah. So it's dry right now, but the sky is looking a little bit sketchy and we might need to change to wet tires. So let's go. Not a bad start without clutch. Almost making contact with my teammate there. I'm feeling a lack of grip. I think I need more heat in my tires. We are P4, struggling to catch up with the first three. Three guys really got away from us. We are P4 right now. Braking too early there. I lost the braking point. I was trying to find the marker. Almost losing it there. A lot of smoke, somebody locked up. Grundle behind us making pressure. And Trundle got for the move on the inside and he made it. We are now P5. Trundle locking up before the chicane. And we are really feeling the slipstream effect behind him. And And I think it's starting to rain a little bit as it locks up once again. Oh yeah, the track is getting slippery. Starting to drizzle. As we get past. And I'm taking it cautiously, but I'm losing a lot of time. We already fell down to P7 as it started to drizzle a little bit. We are still on soft slicks. That's not going to be a good idea if it keeps raining like this. "22 minutes to go." And yeah, the rain is starting to be stronger. We try to hold on to the car and not lose too much time. There's still some grip, but it's getting sketchy. You lose 2 positions. We are losing too much time because I'm being cautious because of the water. We are now P9. We brake too late and we lose 2 more positions. We're gonna lose way too many positions, but I can't be faster. Too slippery already. But not slippery enough to put in wet tires yet. That's why I'm still on track. See if it starts raining more. And then I can come in for the wets. The AI is being really quick on slicks with this water already, with this rain. Now it's raining. And the AI is just like nothing. We have a car inside. Yeah, we are losing a lot of positions, trying to run the slicks as late as we can. But it's not working out for us. We cannot change to the wets yet. Maybe we have to do a couple more laps. I think we're gonna lose another position. Because I'm scared of braking and locking up the tires. See, it's already starting to be slippery. So my skills are being an issue right now. How long can we keep driving with the slicks? Seems to be raining more on some part of the circuit, but it's raining, yeah. And now P13. There was a problem here. We already damaged our front wing. Now we have to pit. It was my fault because I hit that car. Okay, let's go for the pits. Here we are, first pit, first spot. We're gonna have some damage to repair, so yeah. Let's watch the replay of that stupidity. And it's really starting to rain, but the tires are still hot, there's a lot of grip. And I was driving way too cautiously and lost many positions. Then that contact, I think that put the nail on the coffin for this race. I hope my pit crew puts wet tires now, but maybe they will put slicks. I set it to automatic by weather, but if they put slicks, then I will have to pit once again when the rain gets stronger and ruin the race even further. Let's see what the pit crew does. Because now at this point I cannot change it, I'm already on the pit box. And we are watching the replay. of my last lap before coming into the pits. There was an issue there, a car spun, and the car in front of me was way too slow. I did not realize, and I hit him in the back, making some damage to my front wing. But nobody else came to the pits at the same time as I. From this group of cars, I was the only one going into the pits. I just hope I get wet tires, because the rain is not gonna stop. It's gonna get worse, actually, so let's see what happens. Okay, repairs are done. Let's go, go, go. I thought the guy was gonna put that sign up. He just stood there. Yeah, we lost too much time on this pit stop. We're gonna be last and we still have slick tires, so yeah, we ruined our race already. I thought the pit crew was gonna put wet tires. And I don't have the thing to select the tires before I got into the pits. I don't have it configured. It's automatic by weather. Yeah, I'm just gonna drive a few laps with these slicks, then come in for wets, I guess, but we're gonna be last place for sure. I have a blue flag, but I don't see anyone behind me. I'm gonna keep pushing. I really thought the rain would affect the grip by now, but not as much as I thought. I think on this part of the circuit it seems to be raining more, but the slicks are still working for now. Maybe we can do the race on slicks, I don't know. We already lost the race anyway. A little moment there, but we survived that. I really thought the rain would be more intense by now, but so far it's good. Passing some slower cars. Seems to be raining more on this part of the circuit. Whoa, it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby, it's slippery there. Think we should go to the pits. Very slow entry to the pits, but I think we're gonna change to the wet tires now. I hope. They look like slicks tires, man. You're gonna put slicks again? Ah, no. Put the wet ones. Yes, I have the wet tires. Okay, now we have the wets. For a moment there, I thought they were gonna put the slicks again. Well, we are still not last place. We are 21 of 31. So let's finish this wet race now. Oh la la. And yes. And we are off. Oh, sorry, I'm coughing here from the impact. Well, I just ruined the race. Coming out of the pits. So, yeah. That's it. Yeah. I was really hoping at least finish the race, but I didn't realize there was so little grip coming out of the pits there, and I bitched it and ruined the front left suspension of my car. Yeah, so guys, maybe we can make another race. What's stopping us? Let's exit. And yeah, we should do another race before the end of the stream. Again, thanks everyone for watching, live or recorded, whatever. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you feel like doing so. And maybe we'll do another race with the Formula Edge Model 2. we have been racing current layouts, not the classic circuits. Maybe we can do a race on an historic one. Historic Adelaide. Yeah, this is one of my favorite circuits. It's a street circuit that is not on the calendar anymore. Why not? Adelaide, but let's see, we have the old historic Historio skies. Yeah, we have the full Nordschleife and Südschleife layout, but this is not for Formula 1 cars in the 90s for sure. We have the Hockenheim Ring from 77 and 88. And we have from 2001. This is the last time with a full layout of Hockenheim Ring. So we have the 88 one. Little things change. On this one we have one more chicane here. So we're gonna go with the 1988 layout. Let's do a high speed race here at Hockenheim 1988. Again, 30 minutes. This time we're not gonna have any rain. It's gonna be a sunny day here at Hockenheim. Only gonna let the slot, sunny. Yeah, let's do one last race before we end the stream. Here at Hockenheim Historic 1988 with the Formula Edge Model 2 V10 car. Maybe a V12 would be good for Hockenheim, but let's see. We have the V12s right here. Only 10 more horsepower, but it's always a V12 or torque. But I like the livery. Let's see if I have a full livery here. I don't like the liveries of the V12s. So I'm gonna remain with this red and white V10. AI will remain the same. 100% difficulty. This is not a circuit that I find particularly easy to get a good lap on. We'll give it our best. I've done a few races on this layout of Hockenheim before. We gotta find a good braking points for the chicane and try to be fast on the stadium area. Some strange corners there, slow to mid speed. So we'll see what we can do. So this is a low downforce circuit because of the long straight. So let's see if we can run with a little bit less downforce. Let's see how much top speed we can get. Start with the softs. Make a few practice runs. It's time to the right. We are at Hockenheim. We might have to change the gearing. Absolutely, it's too short. I forgot to check that. We are topping out 7th gear at 303. As we forgot to brake for the chicane. So, yeah, we can abort this lap altogether. We were topping out because this is a long straight. We need to make a longer gearing. Final drive. Let's give it the tallest final drive and see if that's enough. And I cannot forget to brake for the chicanes, of course. I have to fine tune my braking points and start making some lap times. Let's go. We messed up the first chicane again. The gearbox is a little bit better now. I really forgot where I was supposed to go. Oh my god, what a rookie. Let's... No, not restart session. Let's return to the pits and restart the lap because I totally messed up both chicanes. And there was one more coming and I already have severe damage, so now let's try to take it more seriously now. Keep it on the track. A little slow through there. I think I don't have to go down to second gear. Still learning, relearning the circuit. Little moment there. We are currently P12. This is the practice session. We totally sent it through that chicane, but it seemed to work. We immediately gained a lot of time. We totally sent it. I have to watch the replay. But we definitely improved our best time. Oh, not, maybe not. Well, I lost control, but we can watch the replay of that chicane. I really sent it through there. And yeah, I need to be a lot quicker around Hockenheim. It's not easy for me to be quick, particularly on the stadium section. It's a little bit tricky. Full send. A little bit of toe. First chicane. And on the second chicane, I totally sent it. At least it felt like I did. It felt like I did. It was coming in hot. Yeah. Well, it felt more than it looked. But anyway, I need to be fast through that chicane. And so far we are very far away from the times of our AI competitors. Me and Pedrino Talami, we are together here in 14 and 15 positions in this free practice session. I can remove a little bit more downforce to the car. Yeah, I think that's what the car needs to go faster on the straights. Let's risk it up a little bit. Maybe it will get more dangerous to drive, but we have to get closer. Let's try to improve our time a little bit more in practice, and then we'll move to qualifying. Oh, there's a pit crew right in front of my garage right now. I think I'm gonna let them do their job. I don't want to run him over. I wonder if there was a miscommunication. I think this is our teammate coming in for a pit stop in this practice session. Let's wait and see. See some cars coming into the pits, but not this one yet. I would like to see if they do if they change the tires, if the animations work. Let's wait a little bit more. It's just getting boring. The number 18 is coming. I don't know which car is gonna come here. Maybe it's the number 18, I hope. No. It's just boring. The number 24 is also coming. It's not also here. I'm gonna go. Forget about it. Sorry. And we died. That was quite a shunt. Losing it on T1. So my car is ruined for the rest of the practice session. I don't have a spare chassis, so that's gonna be it. In fact, they're gonna have to fix the chassis for the qualifying session. So let's watch the replay of my crash. Over the curves, lost control, trying to get back into the track. What a shunt. So now my team spent the whole practice session fixing the car. So we are jumping now to qualifying immediately with a fresh car. Let's hope I don't destroy this one. And here we go, qualifying session, 15 minutes. Let's go, go, go. And I fucked up again. And destroyed the car on my outlap. Let's try again, we still have some time. Is there a car coming or am I gonna wait again? Bro, I don't have time. I'm just gonna go, my man. Fuck. Bro, this guy was so slow in the middle of that chicane. He almost stopped. But I'm gonna give it one more try. If I fail, I must go directly to the race. Okay, let's return to the pits. I must make a time for the qualifying. This is not going well. I already destroyed the car many times. Yep. If I crash the car one more time, I must go straight to the race. There's only 10 minutes left, so I have to make at least 2 good laps, but I don't think so. I'm driving like garbage. Not that I'm a good driver, but at this point I'm driving like pure garbage here. I need to do at least a qualifying lap. This is where we crashed on the last lap. That guy almost stopped in the middle of the chicane. Let's go. We are P5, not bad. This guy just ruined our second qualifying lap. Yeah, thanks a lot, pal. But it doesn't matter, at least we posted a time. I was holding down the escape key, but that's what you do in iRacing. Here you just press the escape key. Let's skip right to the end. We got P7, not bad. We were crashing so much, I thought we were not going to qualify. Apparently there's a bug where some cars don't make qualifying times for some reason. I've seen this before on MS2, but I'm not gonna dwell on that right now. We're just gonna do a race starting from P7. Let's just put fuel. Okay, a lot of fuel, 100 liters. It's gonna be a heavy car, and it's more than enough fuel, but yeah, it is what it is, my friends. 100 liters for the win. And pit strategy, it will be the same for tires and damage. Yep. Soft, slick, safe. And let's go, go, go. Bro, I'm gonna go to this race starting P7 and we'll see what we can do. Huh? We are on the grid waiting a little bit for the teams to get ready. It's gonna be a race packed with action, I predict. Think we can go for a win here. Huh? What you guys think? I'm not good enough. On this track I'm being too sloppy. I was more competitive on the other tracks. But I can still recover, I can still make a good race. But if I'm too cautious I start losing positions, and it happens like the last race in Montreal. Everybody goes. And you know, one crash, the race is done. Because even if I get back to track, I'm gonna be at the bottom of the field, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, Giancarlo Rampanelli is the first guy. This is the pole position car. Yeah, he's the first guy. We can call him that. And as we prepare our car for the race, I wish I could do some iRacing streaming, but my internet speed is not good for online multiplayer and streaming at the same time. So whenever I'm streaming, I use these offline games. But maybe in the future I will upgrade my internet and I can do better streams. I would like to do, because I'm doing a lot of iRacing lately, and I would like to broadcast the races, because Many of them are quite good. I've been having some good results here and there, but some races are interesting, and it would be nice to stream them, and I'll also keep them, because once the stream is over, it's there, it's recorded, and I can always look back on my races and see how it was. I'm just gonna drink something here, some non-alcoholic beverage, of course, rehydrate myself. Okay, we can go for the race. I don't know if I'm ready for this one, but we still have a chance for a good position. Let's go. I think we made a good start. We gained one position. There's nowhere to go. Oh my god, I don't know how I did not hit anyone. Okay, they broke way too early. I'm gonna give myself another chance to restart the session, because I had a decent start, then I ruined it all breaking into the chicane. I must always take into account that people will break early, and that's an issue I have many times on iRacing. When everybody's going on the first lap, they're not gonna brake on their normal braking point. They're gonna brake earlier. They're all together, so sometimes I'm a victim of that. Sometimes I do it myself. I'm going in too hot and hit the guys on the first corners. Let's do a restart. The race director decided to do a restart, so we get another chance, starting from P7. Let's try to do a good start with our clutchless system. It's been working for this car, so let's go. We already locked up a little bit on the first corner, but we are gaining some positions here with the slipstream. Let's try not to mess up the braking now. I think our opponents messed up the braking this time. We are now P4. Had a very good start actually. And our car seems to be quicker on the straights. Now we broke a little bit too late. We are still on the race. We already have flat spots. It's on the front left. Let's survive through this. I think we have a chance to win the race, or at least the podium, so our car is very quick on the straights. Yeah, they are slowing down way too much on some corners. The AI does that sometimes, and then they just shoot away. But we will get them on the straight. We survived lap 1. Our already with flat spots. But P3 not bad. Starting from P7. Our car is really quick on the straights, so we must take advantage of that. Oops. Take it easy. Excuse me. We went a little bit over the curves there. Let's try to take advantage of our speed. Let's try to fight for the podium. We have pressure behind. But we can get away on the straights. Let's just try to catch up to P1 and P2. My car is so quick that the car behind could not even get on the slipstream. So that's good. Yellow flag. Someone crashed on the chicane. We are slower in the stadium part, but very quick on the straights. Let's see if we can use that to our advantage. So far it's been working, but I'm struggling to get closer to P1 and P2. I'm also struggling to put the power down, exiting the slower corners. Big lockup from one of the guys in front. I think this is a car that's being lapped. We are getting closer to Rampanelli, the P2 car. Yellow flag. Let's see what happened. And we almost spin there. Over the curve, a little bit risky, but sometimes you have to do it. Already pitting. We will pit soon, maybe two or three more laps. Full course yellow. I was not expecting that. Pit open, I think I will pit. I think I will pit and be done with it. Yep, that's the best choice. We'll do the pit under full course yellow, and later we are done with it. Maybe it will work for us, let's see. Maybe this full course yellow is good for us. Something happened. Probably a big crash. We'll watch the replay later. I want to know what caused this full course yellow. We are P6 behind Channel RE, and we already made our pit stop. I think we made a good strategy, because many cars did not pit yet and they have to pit. So maybe we can still fight for the win here. Oh my goodness. There was a big crash on the chicane. We will watch the replay later. But there was a huge shunt on that chicane there. I think it was one of the Williams cars, or at least a car representing Williams. Okay, racing will resume at the end of this lap. We have 13 minutes left, so I think we can fight for a good finish here. The tires are getting colder. Okay, I can put a little bit more heat into them by weaving. Okay, green flag. Let's use our speed to our advantage. There's nowhere to go here. One car is in trouble there. I think I'm gonna have a good chance on the straight to overtake these guys. very sketchy through that chicane. We are topping out our gearbox for sure on the slipstream, but we are very quick on the straight. Still have 10 minutes. P5. Let's fight for the win. I think some cars have to pit, because for sure everybody, for sure not all of them pitted by now, so only one or two I think. Okay, we see a car going into the pits and a few more cars there. Oh yeah, they are starting to go to the pits. It was their mistake not going during the caution lap. So I think I take advantage from that now. We are P2. And I think we are closing into the leader. Yes, that's the leader. So I think we have a chance for a win on this race. We can keep it together. A little bit over 9 minutes to go. The leader is getting away, but P2 is also good. Keep it together. Keep it cool. Another car crashed there. It was a Benetton. That chicane is like a crash magnet, I think. The leader is getting away from us. We don't have the pace for LRE. Trying to keep it smooth through the stadium section. Only 6 minutes to go. If we have Fenstermacher behind us, we have to keep our pace. Hola. Opa. Too much torque. There's wheels and tires all over the place. I think there was another big shunt on that chicane. But this time we don't get the full course yellow. Even though a car is just chilling there. And LRE, really quick, I cannot get him. It's already 7 seconds in front of us. You can see him very far away. Now we have Phil behind us. 4 seconds. Only a few laps to go. 2 minutes 37 seconds. Plus 1 lap. Let's try to hold on to P2 here. The last lap was our fastest lap. We're very close to the end of the race. Going much better than I anticipated, given the way it started with the qualifying and practice, with so many crashes. But turns out I have a good pace for this AI level. But the leader is really quick. And Fenstermacher behind us, getting closer. I hope we can hold on till the end of the race. Let's push a little bit more. Try to avoid Fenstermacher from getting closer. I believe this is the final lap, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take it home. Sliding a little bit. I can see Fenstermacher in my rearview mirror. Do not get him, get closer. And Fenstermacher getting closer right at the end of the race. Let's block him the best we can. And yeah, one more lap and he would have gotten us for sure, Schumacher. So this was a good result for us to end the stream. But before we end the stream, I want to thank everyone for watching, and we can watch a little bit of the replay of the race. That went a lot better than I expected. Here at the Okanine 1988 configuration. I had a very good start, and then as the race progressed with that full course yellow, I had a chance to go pit and it worked out for us. As I mentioned before, these cars are the new category, so to speak, on AMS2 of 90s style Formula One with the V8s, V10s, and V12s available. We were running the V10 car. Very nice car to drive here on AMS. It enabled me to do this clean race and get P2. For the first laps we were P3 and we were struggling to catch up with those two guys over there. But then with some crash that happened on that chicane, the full course yellow came in and it changed the dynamic of the race. I will probably do some iRacing, and if I do a good race I will record it and then make a video with a commentary. I already have one recorded of a third place I did with a Ford spec racer. I had a third place at a very competitive race, so I will probably make a video on that. Yeah guys, I will just keep making my gaming videos, and if you guys follow my channel you know how it works. You know, I have some games I like. I have a passion for motorsports, and I also like flight simulators and other types of games. So if you are new to the channel, just feel free to explore and maybe subscribe too. Here's a camera on the side pod of the car. Now we are on board. And there we see in the distance place 1 and 2. There was big issues with that chicane over there that we are coming up to now. This second chicane. There was already a crash at this point here, but later there was a bigger crash that caused the caution. Here's the big straight going through the forest at the old Oakenheim circuit. This part is now deactivated and the circuit is a lot shorter now. Here we were driving inside the stadium section. The slowest parts of the circuit, apart from the chicanes, of course. This is like the slowest section. At this point I was under pressure, but my car was quicker on the straights. I was able to get away all the times. Here after turn 1 they are close, but as soon as I put my foot down, I just simply got away from them. My car was set up for speed, not for grip. Excuse me. I hope I will be doing more streams in the future. Streams like this, and as I said, if my internet gets better, if I can upgrade it, I will start making live iRacing streaming too, because I've been spending most of my time in iRacing. Well guys, we are almost 4 hours into this stream. I know I have not been having that much of an audience, at least during the live part of it, but some people watch the stream afterwards, so I'm talking to everyone. Thanks for watching again, and thanks for supporting the channel in somehow. And I hope it was fun for you to watch as it was fun for me to make. And see you on the next one. Peace!